I wanted to see this one. This one caught my eye though. How to Escape North Korea by Fern. We watched one video by this person. Let me see. What is it called again? How hackers stole $1 million from banks. This is a good video. This is a good video. Did I upload this? I don't think so. No, I don't think I uploaded this one. But this seems interesting though. How to escape from North Korea. I'm curious.
Min Young is 17.
Oh, it's an actual story. Oh, these are actual stories. I don't know why I'm surprised.
It's located right at the Yalu River, the natural border to China.
Okay.
Across the ice, Min Young can see the other side. Freedom is so close, yet so far.
Across ice,
North soldiers are nearby, patrolling the area.
Huh?
Min Young takes a deep breath of cold air. Then she makes her first step onto the ice.
Ooh. Yeah, they didn't waste no time in this video though.
Of an incredible 7-year journey.
70. Okay, I got a good hook. I'm interested.
North Korea is notorious for the oppression of its people and its poor human rights record.
True.
Under Kim Jong-un, it became even harder for its poor human rights record.
Okay, goddamn. North Korea executed men for disturbing K-pop? What the fuck he do? What does this mean? Abby farming Luca being a Laker? Absolutely. I don't know if you're here, but of course. Of course, bro. I should go right in the title.
Under Kim Jong-un, it became even harder for citizens.
Give us some time too. My TikTok tomorrow gonna be about Luca.
To escape. There are more fences, more guards, and since a few years, there is a new order to shoot on sight. Yet, every year, hundreds of North Koreans risk their lives to flee their country. Weeks of grueling desert treks, months in detention camps,
there's deserts over there?
All in the pursuit.
I don't even know what North Korea looks like.
Geographically, North Korea shares borders with Russia, China, and South Korea. Most North Korean refugees want to get to South Korea. There is the shared language and cultural heritage. Most importantly, South Korea actively welcomes defectors from the north with a citizenship. If you look at the map, the direct route to South Korea might seem the easiest.
I was gonna say, that seemed pretty like calm, but I know this border is like ridiculous. There's like guards across the entire thing.
But in reality, very few manage to escape through this path. In between the countries lies a demilitarized zone, and it is one of the most dangerous borders in the world.
I know a little something.
Oh Chong-sung is one of the ones who managed to get through.
Oh
In 2017, he made a daring escape through the DMZ, created after.
That could just fucking fall?
In 2017,
yeah, I know he got executed right after this mission.
Through the DMZ.
Yeah, no, his life's over.
Created after the Korean War, the DMZ is only demilitarized by name. It is heavily fortified with armed guards constantly observing each other. On a quiet Monday afternoon, the tense silence of the DMZ is suddenly disturbed. Someone is trying to escape. Driving a military jeep at high speed, Oh Chong-sung races towards the border.
Ooh, okay.
Surveillance footage by the South Korean military captures the intense pursuit.
It's a very well put together video.
And continues on foot. North Korean soldiers fire multiple shots, hitting him several times. But Oh Chong-sung manages to cross the demarcation line.
Hit him several times? Wait, so once he's across, is this fucking like, what's the game? You cross the line, you're safe?
Collapsing behind a wall on the South Korean side,
I don't know what the game's called.
Endures for hours until South Korean soldiers rescue him. Escaping through the DMZ is extremely rare. Survival chances are near zero. Another rare, extremely dangerous escape route to the south is by sea.
By sea?
Somewhere along the southeast coast, a North Korean man enters the ocean.
Okay, how to stop this?
The man is in his mid-20s.
Got boats out there?
With fins and a diving suit. Swimming for over 6 hours and covering more than 3 kilometers, he reaches the South Korean shore near the town of Goseong. Despite being caught on surveillance cameras, South Korean forces only find him later, resting under a tree. He turns out to be a North Korean fisherman seeking asylum. The tides had worked in his favor. Presumably, the man had prior knowledge of the sea conditions. Without, he probably would have drowned. Defecting this way, too, is near impossible. Only a handful of people have succeeded through this route.
Makes sense.
Similarly, it is extremely rare that North Koreans defect to Russia. The border is heavily
Does North Korea have any allies?
It's too deep to cross.
I feel like that might be a dumb question, but like, I'm curious. Does North... Goddamn, I can't spell. Does North Korea have allies. Okay, just China. Okay. Alright.
The
Yeah,
few
it
people
ought to be tough for
publicly
them to
known
have
for defecting
allies.
to Russia
Good to
are
know.
privileged or high-ranking citizens who manage to cross with the help of their connections. Creating 3D animations like this requires a solid understanding of physics and mathematics. A great place to develop these
Snuck in
skills
an
is
ad, but
Brilliant.
again, it
Brilliant
look
makes
smooth,
learning
so I'll watch
intuitive
it.
and engaging, offering interactive lessons in math, programming, AI, and science. Their hands-on approach turns complex concepts into an
Wouldn't that
exciting
be so
learning
cool to learn
experience.
how to do
For
like
instance,
this
their course
animation
Exploring
shit?
Data Visually
That'd be probably
teaches you how
difficult
to
as
interpret
fuck.
and visualize data, just like the statistics we often use in our videos. And if that's not your thing, there are plenty of other fascinating topics to explore. Brilliant adapts to your current skill level and helps you progress at your own
This
pace.
shit is so smooth.
Try Brilliant for free for 30 days by scanning the QR code or visiting brilliant.org/fern. Plus, you'll get 20% off an annual premium subscription. The link is also in the description.
How long do we
Checking
think it
out
took this guy
Brilliant,
to
you're not only
learn
investing
doing
in
to
your
do
learning,
this?
you're
Probably
also
like
supporting the
years,
channel.
right?
The most promising path for North Korean defectors is through China. The two countries are divided by
12
rivers,
seconds, yeah, man.
the Yalu and the Tumen. Some sections are shallow and waist deep. In winter, these rivers offer a rare
None of you are
opportunity
here when I said
for
it,
water
Pascal, but
freezes
of course I
solid.
have Luca in the title. Come on
For
now.
those desperate enough, crossing over the ice might seem deceptively simple. Crossing is just the beginning. The real danger lies on the Chinese side, where defectors face constant threats of capture and repatriation. Min Young grew up in a modest home overlooking the Yalu River. From her backyard, she can see the hazy outline of Chinese villages. Her family is relatively privileged.
I wonder,
They
what's
don't
like the
starve.
furthest you can go as a citizen in North Korea, as in like successful wise? Like, what's the most successful thing you can do in North Korea without just being like Kim Jong-un's right-hand man?
Her father, a traveling salesman, frequently crosses into China for business, while her mother works for the government. In her free time, the mother makes extra cash by trading smuggled goods from China. This is a common practice for
question,
North
that's what I'm
Koreans who
saying.
live near the border. The poor economic conditions increasingly drive them to find additional income.
I feel like being Kim Jong-un's
Life
right-hand
changes
man's not good
dramatically
either,
when
because like
Min
really,
Young is
you're not the
14.
right-hand man. You just
It's
he was
the year
assistant.
1994. One day, she returns from school to find her father missing. He has been arrested on his way back from China,
Ooh,
accused of bribery and corruption.
bribery? What
The
are you?
family
Was he bribing?
suspects he was tortured during his interrogation. Months later, he dies in a hospital.
Ew.
Min Young, her mother, and her little brother are left alone, devastated. Disillusioned, Min Young begins questioning the contradictions she saw around her at an early age.
Okay.
The suffering during the famine, the lies in state propaganda, and the harsh realities of survival all build up to a pivotal point. At the age of 17, she makes the life-changing decision to leave North Korea.
The
In under a
17
minute,
is
she
crazy.
crosses to the Chinese side, her heart pounding.
Wait, she made it across already?
Her plan is to visit relatives
quick?
up north. She seeks a Chinese smuggler who lives by the river. He frequently trades goods with Min Young's mother, and she trusts him. He agrees to drive her into the sprawling city of Shenyang.
Okay.
For the first time, Min Young experiences a world vastly different from the one she had just left behind.
Of course.
Bright lights, bustling streets, and the abundance of food and goods leaves her overwhelmed. Weeks go by, and she turns 18 years old. She wants to return to North Korea, back
Why?
to her family.
Well, I guess her family is
Then
there.
she gets a sudden phone call from her mother. Rumors of her disappearance have spread across town.
Ooh.
People suspect she might have left the country. Coming back would be too dangerous now. Her family fears retaliation for letting Min Young escape. So Min Young's mother urges her to stay in China and live freely. Min Young remains in Shenyang. She begins working
What's
in a
gonna happen to her
restaurant
family,
and
though?
learns Mandarin. She lives in constant fear of being caught and adopts several new names to evade
Yeah,
detection.
man. Have you seen this video, Pascal?
One
I'm
day,
guessing not.
two men enter the restaurant.
I was like, maybe you
They
have, because
ask
it's
for her
you
to
recommended
flash
this
their
channel.
badges.
Been out for a few days too.
They take her away. It's over, she thinks.
Have you seen this
is the
one?
end.
Okay.
At the station, they question her.
Wait, sorry, I missed
religiously.
it. How'd she get caught?
Two men enter the restaurant. They
Okay,
ask
she's
for
at
her
the
to
restaurant.
flash their badges.
Oh,
It's the police. They take her away.
they're allies with
It's over,
China,
she thinks.
man.
This is the end. At the station, they question her relentlessly and demand she complete a written Chinese test to prove her fluency.
Ooh.
She does so, hands shaking, constantly at the verge of a panic attack.
Okay, she did it though.
But she passes the test. It's a narrow escape. Had the officers doubted her, she would have been deported to North Korea without a
Okay.
doubt. Everything she risked, every moment of her struggle,
She learned that shit
would have
pretty
been for
quick though.
nothing.
That was in a year, right? Fluent
Later,
Mandarin in a
she
year.
learns that someone she trusted with her secret reported her to the authorities. In 2002,
Oh.
she takes the train to Shanghai.
I trust me. Why are people
It
snitching on
marks
her?
the beginning of a new chapter in her life. In the megacity, she meets a broker who provides her with a new identity. She spends her entire savings
Okay.
on this ID. With it, she secures a job as an interpreter at a South Korean tech company.
Hmm.
As she builds her life in Shanghai, she saves money and falls in love with a South Korean man.
This shitty though,
Together,
because
they
she
hatch a
can't.
plan
I wonder how much she's talking to her family during this time, right? Because she's
for
probably
her to
thinking
seek
about it.
asylum in Seoul, South Korea. After years of hardship, Min Young boards a flight to South Korea.
I don't know if that's
She's
smart.
so close to freedom.
I
But
don't know if
immigration
that was a smart
officers doubt
decision.
Her story. She spends weeks in detention. She is being interrogated
Yeah,
over and over
no.
again.
Should have gone back. Not back,
Then
but still.
finally, she's
South
granted
Korea?
permanent
It's like
residency.
close. Cool.
She made it.
Oh, no, never mind.
Years later, Min Young uses her savings to arrange the escape of her mother and younger brother. Today, Min Young
okay.
goes by the name of Hyunshio Lee. She is a human rights activist, speaking out for defectors and advocating for freedom in North Korea. Her journey took over a decade,
Wait,
but her resilience and courage led her
but
to
damn,
live a
she
life
did
free
that
from fear.
successfully.
We linked her book in the description. Min Young's story is one of pain, loss, and perseverance, but ultimately,
Did she
it
get?
is a testament to the
I know it says she arranged her brother and mother to get out, but did
Human
she? Did they
spirit
do it? There was 5 minutes left.
of those who refuse to live in chains.
What the fuck is about to happen? We just saw she was living happily, you know? Escaping while having to leave. That's what I'm saying, because you had constantly worried about what's going to happen to them. The government that's corrupt already knows that your daughter escaped, so they don't follow any rules, so something could happen to your family too.
For most North Korean
I mean,
refugees,
at least she was able to like make like a full life. Like she got a husband or something. She got, you know.
escaping through China is unavoidable,
Still,
but the country usually only marks the first stop.
what's
The
what's
ultimate
happening here? Or
destinations are Vietnam,
yeah,
Thailand, or Mongolia.
is China still
All offer
risky?
sanctuary and a route to asylum in South.
Am I brain dead, or is something off about this map? I thought Thailand and Vietnam were a little bit disconnected. No, hold on. Vietnam map. Oh shit, they're not. Oh damn. Okay, I'm thinking of the other. I'm thinking like the Philippines. I think, right? Let me see. South Asia map. That's okay. I know that's there. But what is it called? Is it Southeast? Yeah, there we go. Indonesia. Yo, damn, bro. Can we get it? Yeah, no, it is the Philippines. Yeah, Philippines are over here. Damn, can I get some high quality? Yeah, the Philippines. Yeah, I didn't know Thailand and Vietnam were connected though. Malaysia, okay. Well, it's not really. Malaysia's still connected to this. Singapore. Is Singapore this? I think so. Interesting. Okay, okay.
South Korea. And as terrible as it sounds, many journeys to get there are much more grueling than Hyunshio Lee's.
Yeah, hers seemed probably a lot more like she just crossed some ice, met a smuggler, but he probably also simplified it. It's probably a lot harder.
Shiyun grew up near the Tum
Big belly boy, shut your fat ass up.
River. While her story is fictional, we drew on various sources to paint a realistic picture. Her family is extremely poor. Shiyun works as a vendor at an unofficial street market. The money she makes is almost entirely spent on food for the family. She once believed her government's promises that the supreme leader would provide for the people.
Yeah, bro. Some people live in such delusion there, but it's not even their fault because like that's what you're like grown up to know, right?
Not anymore. One day, a friend whispers about a Chinese broker who helps people cross the border For a
Ooh.
small fee, he
Ooh.
promises shelter, food, and even work.
Shout out
To
this
Shiyun,
broker.
it sounds like salvation. Maybe she could make enough money to provide for her family. She and her friend agree to meet him.
That's a different story, by the way.
After weeks of preparation,
I
Shiyun
don't know why
and
it
her
took me
friend
that long to
find
realize
themselves
that.
waiting by the river on a fresh summer night. A shadowy figure emerges. It's the broker. The moon hides behind thick
Something tells me that, okay, this broker has to have some kind of more to it. He said some cheap change. This broker shady.
clouds, and the only light comes from the distant glow of Chinese towns across the river. They are ready to cross. The broker leads them through the cold water.
He's gonna start walking on the water. I was like, what?
Shiyun notices the absence of border guards. Usually there are at least 2 guards patrolling this part of the river. Her guess, the broker has bribed them. On the Chinese
What
shore,
actually happened? Oh no, bro. I just remembered. Yeah, no.
a car awaits. The broker insists Shiyun ride ahead alone,
This is a one sick human, bro.
claiming her friend will follow in a different car for safety. Numb with adrenaline, Shiyun hesitates, but complies. She hugs her friend, unaware it's their final goodbye.
Let's take advantage of people that want
As the car
freedom.
drives through the dark countryside, exhaustion overtakes her. Shiyun falls asleep. She wakes to a nightmare. The car has stopped in a remote village. The driver tells her she's meeting her new husband. His words send
Are we serious?
chills down her spine. This has to be a joke, but no one seems to be joking. Shiyun was deceived.
I'm so lost though. What does this broker gain out of this?
The broker
Or do these men like pay this guy?
has sold her to a middle-aged farmer.
Yep, they do. Yep.
While transiting through China, many North Korean escapees fall into the hands of human traffickers. In the border regions,
Yeah.
the traffickers prey on the vulnerable. Promising food and
That's
jobs,
so
they
fucked.
target people living in the harshest conditions. Once across the border, hope turns to horror, especially for women. A 2019 South Korean report estimates that 60% of
60?
North Korean women in China fall victim to trafficking, many forced into sex trade.
I was reading what it says in the bottom left. Cyber sex slaves? I don't even know what that means. Oh, they escaped though. Nice, nice. Yeah.
For 2 years, Shiyun endures isolation, abuse, and constant surveillance.
Ah,
It
yeah, you're
feels
probably.
like a
Yeah.
never-ending nightmare. She learns Mandarin in secret and scrapes together money by selling eggs, always planning her escape in the back of her head.
Okay, okay.
One night, Shiyun seizes her chance.
My only thing about this is, okay, when you're in Korea, you're crossing to China, you have a game plan, you know where you gotta go. It's How to Escape North Korea by some fucked up stories. The first one was kind of wholesome, but still fucked. But she made it out. She like an author and stuff now. This one's just fucked. I don't know, bro. Just no morals, sick in the head, probably. Yeah. Now, yeah, the issue with this is though, you're in a place that you randomly got taken to. You have no sense of direction. So, I mean, obviously, running away is better than staying here. But where do you end up? This could be like dangerous.
With her hidden savings and a few belongings, she escapes. The following weeks, she travels north. She has no plan, no direction, and no
Yeah, yeah.
one to help her. After months on the run, she stumbles upon a network of defectors in the Koreatown of Beijing.
Okay.
They promise to help her reach Mongolia.
Okay. You met good people.
She knows going back to North Korea would make her a traitor.
Yep.
This means
Can't go
torture
back.
and death for her and her family.
Yep.
She can't go back. This strange faraway place seems like the only chance at a free life, so she decides to go. The only thing standing in her way is the Gobi Desert. The size of Peru, it is extremely hostile to humans, freezing nights,
This is
scorching
the
days,
desert, okay.
and no water. Shiyun joins a group of defectors and embarks
Bro, a desert seems so damn scary if you get stranded. Like, there's a lot of places that you obviously don't want to get stranded in. A desert seems damn near one of the worst. I'm not gonna lie. No end in sight. It's just sand. And you're gonna be hella dehydrated.
on a grueling trek.
That is hot.
Days blur into nights as they walk through sandstorms,
Hate the heat.
share sips of water and little food. After days of walking with almost no rest, Shiyun's feet are bleeding. Only the
Damn,
thought
bro.
of freedom keeps her.
I forgot how old this shit said she was, but they made her like model look younger than the last person. The last person was 17. So I'm guessing it's a very young person too.
moving.
That's crazy.
When they finally reach the Mongolian border, the group spots a few soldiers.
Oh no.
A man from their group volunteers and approaches with a bribe. In case things go south, the others are still able to escape undetected.
Yeah, obviously it's just an animation, but those guns, they probably got some range on them.
Shiyun nervously watches as the man from her group
Come on, take the
talks to
bribe, take the
soldiers.
bribe.
Luckily, they are Mongolian and quite supportive. They guide the group to a
Okay!
detention center. Shiyun spends months in a refugee camp before finally being granted passage to South Korea. She is one of the few hundred.
How the fuck did she end up back in South Korea? So you went from North Korea to China to Mongolia back to South Korea? How's the geography working on this?
that make it every year.
I mean, at least she made it safely.
One has to wonder how many more North Koreans would leave.
A lot.
If only.
So what was that
How
chart?
would
Sorry, let me
they
go
make it
back.
every year, finally being granted passage to South Korea. She is one of the few hundred that make it every year.
Damn, the that number fucking dropped a lot, huh, from before, it looks like. Damn, 2021, 2022, COVID, they was not fucking around.
One has to wonder how many more North Koreans would leave. If only they could.
Yeah, that country would be empty down there. That was a very good video. That was a very, very good video. I like that voiceover Elmer, like the glue. This Jonas guy's insane, the producer and the art director. Crazy. Hey.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I seen you, but I found out I don't need you. That can't enrich you, that can't enrich you. City to meet you, we moving lady but keeping it cool.